Wanna spar? Huh? Go. Huh? Go. Wanna spar? Huh? Go.
Hello everybody, it's start real time. We're going to go beat on things and do some storyline
Huh?
and see what's up with the Longshu Mufu. That's right,
Go.
totally getting it wrong. Um, and we're gonna do some other stuff and things with some sides of stuff and things. I don't think the light's good enough for the fall. My lips aren't moving. Anyway, welcome to Wasting Time with Faye, and I hope you enjoy the stream.
Wanna spar?
And without further ado, let's go Star Rail. Or something. That sounded better in my head, but we'll work on that. I'm sorry I wasn't on at my normal time, but things are changing. And as I figure out what's going to happen and change, we're going to alter everything accordingly. It's like how I'm playing Sealy and I never run a Sealy, because, it's Sealy. And full grown Sealy just seems strange. She's too tall. I think honestly too, I think she's too tall. I accept full grown official. It's fine. It's official. She is totally official. Without Oz. And I'm gonna keep saying it. And Zerbal's a sleeper. She is totally double S tier.
That
Jeopardy's
imposter had the audacity to carry out her nefarious plans right under our noses.
Her ultimate fills up
How
almost
utterly
in 2
despicable.
rounds. And then when it hits, it always crits and it does an extra almost 50% damage. So she's hitting for like 2,500 right now.
What worries me
And she's
more
not
is
completely built. It's amazing.
just how
Or built
many
right.
more
She doesn't even have
antimatter
her
saboteurs are at
right
large.
I caught it right. I'd be damned.
It is a delve governed by the Vidyadhara. Supposedly an ancient oceanic region transferred from the Vidyadhara home planet. After the ambrosial arbor was broken in two during the war, its roots were left gnarled and broken. Yet it never died.
I guess
The
they are
Alliance
Hindi
decided
Buddhist
to seal
dragons
the arbor within
or
Scale
something?
Gorge waterscape,
Because it
entrust
totally
it to the
sounds
high
like a
elders
Hindi
of the
word.
Vidyadhara, and rely on the power of long scions to constrain it. It has been so long. No one knows whether the seal remains. Even if it does, I doubt it will hinder that
I
spectral
wonder if
Lord
there's a
Ravager.
Tulong and a Berry Long.
I've reported the current situation to the seat of Divine Foresight. He made no further contact after we communicated at the Matrix of Prescience. He said he had important matters to personally attend to. The situation stands on the edge of a precipice. We must trust in the General. This is...
That phone call reminds me tomorrow we're off because we're not supposed to have power all day. So I'm going to break down the computer that runs Faye and we're going to clean it and do a whole bunch of earthy gardening stuff because, you know, I have grass to touch. I don't even have to go anywhere to touch it other than outside. Or sometimes in the pots that have my house plants in it, there's grass because they go outside. So we always have grass to touch no matter where I go. The dull bordering Scale Gorge waterscape.
Huh? You're pretty familiar with this place. Yep, it's the Alchemy Commission. No wonder we were getting those military
Oh my, it's
broadcasts on
Dan's
the way
hung.
over.
When I
Something
heard
about
them say
Cloud
his
Knight's
name, I couldn't
gathering
quit making
here,
fun of
right?
it. It was just so funny.
They're probably coming to fix the Stellaron problem.
And I feel bad because I was making fun of
It's
somebody's
been
name,
such a
but that's
long
what you
journey,
do when
but
you're
now
crass and
we're finally
immature.
gonna meet some
Make
Cloud
fun of
Knights.
people.
I'll be back with my unit. I didn't lie to you, right? I told you I'd bring you somewhere safe, and I did. Though, we did take a bit of a detour.
Before I arrived in Starskiff Haven, I had a diviner read my fortune for the journey ahead. He told me not to be concerned with the destination, but to seize my chances and travel with the current to reap the greatest harvest.
Meaning?
Meaning, thank you, Miss Sushang.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go report to the nearest captain. You guys can hang around here, but don't run off too far. There'll be Cloud Knights coming to escort you back soon. Bye for now.
The messages never get sent. I wonder what's happening with those three. The Cloud Knights seem to be gathering for the Stellaron disaster. But why did Kafka want us to come here? What happened to them? And what happened to Blade? I've delayed for too long.
And
I
I'm pretty
need
sure
more
Kafka's only
information.
so mean like that because she doesn't drink anymore. Because she's like Eden, I think. They're not gonna say, but it's almost every single one of them comes from Honkai. It's like she's from Honkai. That's Otto. I'm almost positive that this is Otto. And then Don Hung is probably Joaquin all grown up. Or else he's Adam. But they're not gonna say that. He had a different name, and I made fun of everybody on my channel when they did call him Adam.
Seems this road.
So, let's see, where are we going? Let's go the right way. Literally, let's go right. And talk to this Foxian. Hello, Foxy lady.
I heard the Starskiff connections are being reinstated. The people stranded at the Alchemy Commission should all be able to leave soon.
think to be funny, I'm going to change my voice
What's up?
completely with the modulator and make it get all funky.
Don't
Nothing.
worry. Once the fight is over, I'll personally escort you and Mr. Locha home.
I don't want to go home. He's fighting with his brother. Why would he want to go there? Okay, so there's Locha. Trying to talk to these people, but I have no idea what's even going on.
The Master
Oh, here we
must
go.
have failed to summon the protection of Sanctus Medicus. Her will must have wavered. Just you wait. I'll show you the blessing of Sanctus Medicus.
You better keep your clothes on. Yep, that's all I gotta say. Well, what the hell? That doesn't talk. Maybe they want me to talk to Otto. So, here we go. Let's go talk to Otto. I don't know who else we're missing.
You haven't been back home for a long time, have you, Master Dan Heng? As home draws nearer, so our feelings grow stronger. I can see it in your eyes. Do you want to leave? Then do it now. The Cloud Knights will soon check our identities. I have somewhere else to be. I've tarried here too long.
Where are you going?
I'm a traveling merchant. I have one more deal to see through.
The Master was defeated? No, no, that cannot be!
Thanks to those heroes, I managed to pull through. Could those guests of the General be the Galaxy Rangers of old?
Those travelers defeated the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. Won't that make us seem incompetent?
Your actions right
I
now
need
make
to
you
find a
seem
way to make this
incompetent,
report
buddy.
sound more impressive.
Yes, you do. Like, use better consonants and adjectives. Always the consonants, like, use a B every now and then. I think that's right, right? There's vowels and consonants. Anyway. Oh, that's the
Seems
wrong
this
way
road is
again. I keep getting drawn to the ocean. I mean, look at it. It's this magnificent view of the shipwreck. And, like, this thing coming out of the water that looks like a person at the end of a tentacle. And what appeared to be some buildings wrecked into the ocean. It's glorious. It's beautiful. It probably has the most serene sunrises. Okay, so maybe we missed something, but here we go.
I'm sorry. I have to catch up to my friends. Thank you for looking out for me on this journey. Both of you.
We're gonna have to fight with him. He's really, really way behind.
I need to be careful. If I alert the knights, they might take an interest in me.
What a huge cauldron.
This aureate cauldron is driven by the cloud hymn magic of our people, the Vidyadhara. It drinks the water of the ancient sea like a whale swallows the tide and refines it into medicinal pellets.
So it's obviously a salt vitamin. Because, you know, it's seawater. What else could it be? Down the elevator. They should put railings on this. This looks so dangerous. You would just fall to your death. What if there's children? And they're like playing ball. And then they accidentally like went like that. And then they just fell. Like, look how tall that was. But, yeah. You know. Scratched knees and bumped elbows everywhere. Oh no, it's ghosts.
All the elixir crucibles that the
Perfect for
Videodara helped
Halloween.
to construct contain Cloud Hymn magic. You should take this chance to learn more, young master.
Uh-huh. But I don't need any sort of device to help me command water. What more is there to learn?
Did you always need to turn the water off when you're done with it?
With endless potential. Yet, Cloud Hymn magic is just the beginning.
Of Vidyadhara Mirajago? Have these shadows of the past yet to disperse? These memories... No. They have nothing to do with me anymore.
All the elixir crucibles that the Videodara helped to construct contain Cloud Hymn magic. You should take this chance to learn more, young master.
Uh-huh. But I don't need any sort of device to help me command water. What more is there to learn?
You are indeed the chosen one, with endless potential. Yet, Cloud Hymn magic is just the beginning.
They say that you're Lung's power incarnate. Is that true?
Long. I was exiled from the Xianzhou. I'm no longer one of the Scions of Permanence.
I doubt I will be here to see you take charge. No need to feel aggrieved. Vidyadhara go through cycles of life and death, existing forever in this world. By the time you are the High Elder, my hatching rebirth will be complete, and I will be a child once again. Please, take care of me. Surging power. It's you. You've returned, High Elder. Something terrible is happening in Scale Gorge Waterscape. Please, don't go any further. Your enemies are waiting for you.
I'm sorry. I cannot linger here. My friends have left. I must find them.
You didn't heed us then, and won't heed us now. As headstrong as you always were. It seems you already made your decision. There is a vessel bound for Scale Gorge Waterscape, located ahead.
He's here.
Right on time.
That feeling, Kafka. It
What's welling up within me? That feeling... It's...
Well, don't resist. Let the Mara strike you.
You're here. It's time to pay the price! It's time! You think changing form will help you escape? Escape.
I've told you and that woman many times. I am Dan Heng. I've nothing to do with your past.
Dan Heng. You think another name and face can blot out the sin of your past? You didn't even experience death. I will force this suffering upon you, Dan Heng. You will know the pain of death.
Not on my watch. You're not murdering anyone today, fugitive. You're coming with me.
Jing Yuan's lapdog. Did the general not teach you to choose your battles wisely?
Hey, move back. Things are about to... Huh? You look so familiar.
Look out!
Quit hiding. Your true self revealed.
Stop! You...
I have news for you, boy. Behind you is none other than the traitor of the Xianzhou. A criminal forever banished. The High Elder of the Vidyadhara. Imbibitor Lunae. You really thought the Stellaron hunters were the only ones to infiltrate the Xianzhou?
In that case, I'll bring both of you to justice. I've heard of you, Imbibitor Lunae. First it was the Stellaron hunters, now an exiled criminal has infiltrated the Xianzhou. Come get me.
I've no interest in stoking conflict. I came to ensure the safety of my friends.
Save your excuses for the shackling prison.
Out of the way! Do not be afraid.
Better, but I'm afraid you won't be seeing your friends. They're caught in their own bitter struggle.
Silence! You're not getting away either!
Is that so? Let's heat things up then. Kafka?
Lady, listen to me.
Oh my, this is awesome.
So
Okay.
it begins.
Oh. Oh, wow. Okay, I don't understand.
Grace.
Surrender!
Veil to send you. What's wrong? Afraid to hurt the boy?
I wonder if the others are okay. Gotta make this quick.
You two just won't give up. I only have one choice.
That's Li Shusheng's attack from Honkai Impact 3rd.
So familiar.
If you reminds me of the water boy.
Then you deserve no mercy. Fail to send you.
Can't delay any longer. I didn't wish to harm anyone. But there's no other way. Forgive me. Forgive me.
I failed.
This
Holy.
isn't over.
Oh, wow.
All of you listen to me. Stop. Well, Blady, are you satisfied?
What did you do?
I'm just clearing the stage for the grand entrance. Can't have you three misbehaving in front of the Lawfu's hotshot general.
Qing Yuan.
General!
Many years have passed since the two of you departed the Xianzhou, and yet the circumstances of your return appear to be equally unhappy. If you still thought of me as a friend, you should have forewarned me.
My task is complete.
That it is. Thank you for assisting the Xianzhou in this small matter. Take this person away. I will pretend I didn't see anything this time.
General,
Now is not the time. It has been a long time, old friend.
I'm not him.
I'm sorry. You cannot leave yet. Your Astral Express friends are waiting for you in Scale Gorge Waterscape. Shall we go and see them together? Lunarescent Depths, a realm of singular beauty. Scale Gorge Waterscape is the same as when I last laid eyes on it. And here we stand so different from one another. The flesh of long-life species may be immortal, but the constant of heaven and earth eludes them.
You know the Vidyadhara hatching rebirth cycle, General. The waters of the ancient sea have cleansed Danfeng of his past sin. The person that once stood here alongside you is no more. I am Dan Heng. Whether Danfeng was hero or villain has nothing to do with me. I bore his punishment, accepted my eternal banishment without complaint. But do not let his shadow cloud your estimation of me, General.
Raising old nets only darkens the water, an exercise in unhappiness. Perhaps it is your visage, the horns on your head, or the unmistakable air of the High Elder that makes the separation nigh impossible for me.
I already told you,
You did. But to what effect? If words alone were enough to change the heart, this world would be without quarrel. If you wish to rid me of the illusion of Don Feng, you must do something for me. Before I can let Don Feng die and revoke your banishment edict, I need him to do me one final favor. I can guarantee you that when it is done, you will no longer walk in anyone's shadow aboard the Luofu.
I may not be capable of the things that Don Feng was capable of.
You must do it, or my promise will count for naught. If you wish to blame someone, blame your previous incarnation. Had he not committed that terrible sin, had the power of dragon transmutation been passed on intact, I would have no need to compel you. It is as I said. Here we stand so different from one another. Don Feng is no more. Now, there is only Don Heng. But I am the general of the Luofu. There are things that I wish I did not have to do, and yet I must. Let us talk of happier tidings. The friends you made on the Express are here. Do you wish to see them?
You brought them here?
Yes. They are waiting in the Dragon Vista Rain Hall. Go. Your friends are waiting for you. I have been keeping careful watch against the abominations of abundance, the Stellaron hunters, and the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. But I never anticipated the Antimatter Legion. The hunt is far from over, yet all the while we find ourselves at war with other evil spirits. From this battle onward, the Alliance must fight the Legion to our dying breath, even if it means the end of the Luofu. Our intelligence tells us that the Legion are a mad and destructive war machine. Yet they never took up arms against the Alliance. The armies of the Seven Ravagers all have their own means of destruction. They are not to be taken lightly. Lord Ravager Fantalia favors internal collapse, which is why she masterminded the Stellaron crisis and urged the disciples of Sanctus Medicus out of the shadows. Now that her plot has been laid bare, she has no choice but to retreat. And yet that hardly suits her philosophy of destruction. There must be something more.
As recorded in the ancient texts, this body of water was brought by my people from our homeworld. It formed part of the roiling deep. It is as pure here as it was there. Our dragon ancestors nurtured us with the water of life, and bestowed us with the permanence of the Vidyadhara.
Her hatching rebirth is complete. She left me all alone. Still, I wait for the day of my rebirth. Endless waiting.
Do you know something? When Don Fong committed his great crime, the Ten Lords Commission advocated strongly for him to be destroyed. The Vidyadhara, on the other hand, were split evenly in their favor and disfavor of the motion. The dragon transmutation inheritance was not intact after all. The senior Vidyadhara hated you, yet did not dare to kill you. The Vidyadhara were under great pressure. In order to placate the Ten Lords and
From what I
Skyfaring
get,
Commissions,
I don't
they
understand
performed an exuviation
why
charm on Don
they would
Fong
even bother
against his
unless
will.
they're gonna like try to
Still,
use some cloning or
They
whatever because
ensured
they
that
can't
the
have
charm
children.
contained a flaw.
They just keep getting reborn.
Thinking that this would fool the Ten Lords Commission.
How does that work even? Like, I
The
must be
senior
missing something like
Vidyadhara
when I
were
played
sure
Honkai
of their scheme.
Impact Third, because
But you cannot hide fire with
wouldn't you just kill them over and over and over until there wasn't any left to get rid of them since they can't reproduce? They just get reborn. And if I would have known he was so awesomely uber, I probably would have rolled on him. And I wouldn't have gotten in the new one. Tonight, after we get out of the storyline, we were going to level her up and go take her for a test drive.
Cleanse me.
And see how well she performs as a fire unit.
Protect me.
Like, I'm gonna use like Himiko and Kapka as my bar. Because those are two of the best fire units I know of. And we'll see how good she compares. I believe the 4-star that came out on this banner, and she's like Shanling, so she's probably gonna be good. I'm just assuming because she's got the pet looking thing and she's got plates, so she's obviously going to replace Shanling.
Your friends are
She came out
taking
a
the
couple
fight to the
months.
Legion as we speak.
But she came out right around now.
We need to
I
help
should
them.
say.
Let's go.
Genshin.
Heaven's Search. Celestial Dragon. Quick!
Batter up!
A foregone conclusion.
Heaven's Search. Cloud-bearing Dragon. Rise!
This is our chance.
There's no time to lose.
Here, there's thunder!
I told ya I could fight.
So my serval does more damage than he does. What is that?
Heaven's
Oh, I
Search.
think I understand, kind of, not really.
Celestial Dragon. Quick!
My turn.
Follow my
Yeah.
charge.
Watch, because he kind of sucks. Watch
Conflict
this. And he's a
is
5-star.
painless.
200, 300, 1300, and 150. That's nowhere close to the same. It's almost the same amount. But he's a 5-star. And completely built with his light cones. All of it.
Is that it?
And that's how they do their trials. They give you everything. So even his gear.
Heaven's Search.
And unless that's a main ability, he just is like super stuck. Don Hun
This is our
here,
chance.
he's one of the strongest characters I've ever seen. He's probably the strongest character in the game. Embebbitor Lune or whatever. It's a single strike. Garbage. Yeah, see, he's bursting. Oh wow, that's hilarious.
Heaven's Search.
We'll save that unless... Wonder if this is supposed to be the boss. It doesn't act like a boss.
Celestial Dragon. Quick!
That's probably why they made the Wanderer have to be physical, because if you gave it the tank abilities, if this was a boss fight, it would be ridiculously done already. But that didn't even
You'll have
that's
the
the wrong
worst
thing
luck
for
running
you.
into me.
And just because we can.
Stay right there while I give you a present.
That's pretty funny.
Xingyuan, where have you been?
Forgive my late arrival, Lady Fu. We are indebted to you and your forces. The Seat of Divine Foresight relayed the battle reports to me. As for Fantilia's plan...
The Ambrosial Arbor. That's her focus. Lord Ravager Fantilia's strategy was to create civil strife, then let it consume the Xianzhou from within. She wanted to use the Arbor to disseminate the power of the Plague's author, and turn the Luofu into a hell of undying abominations.
That is clear to me now. Friends of the Astral Express, I have brought someone with me whom I think you'll be eager to see.
Huh? Is that... Dan Heng? You are Dan Heng, right? What's with the horns?
It's a long story, March. It's me.
So, you do have secret strength.
Let us save such reminiscence for later, shall we? My astral guests, when you first appeared on the Luofu, your stated aim was the resolution of the Stellaron crisis. I was concerned that the Stellaron hunters harbored ulterior motives and refused your offer. I see now that I was overly anxious. Nevertheless, it is true that the motives of the Stellaron hunters were not what they appeared. In order that the Express and the Xianzhou fight side by side, Kafka lured you here and broadened the scope of the crisis. In doing so, she succeeded in making it clear that your sincerity is beyond doubt. The Luofu is in your debt, and I have no right to seek further assistance from you. However, as Lady Fu has explained, the
I can't
appearance
get
of
over it. He
Fantilia
sucks so
means that
bad.
the situation is far from
I'm just
under
sitting
our
here,
control.
sitting here in my brain doing the math.
As General of the Luofu,
Cerebral does
it
more
would be
damage than he
foolish
does.
of me not to ask
And
Don
she's not
Hong
built right.
and the rest
She
of you
doesn't even have good, like,
for your strength
clothes.
at this critical moment.
And I don't think she has any of those artifact
Even if the
thingies
crisis
that
on
go
the
in between the
Luofu
clothes.
had nothing to do with the Stellaron, I would be
And she
willing
hits
to
for
help.
like 400 more
But
than
I
he
can't
does.
speak for the other members of my crew. Explore, understand, establish, and connect. As the crew of the Express, that's the Trailblaze creed we follow. Still, when the journey gets tough, those words can feel far off. Fear, risk, enemies, and death are the obstacles we face in pursuit of the creed. That's why the nameless who are able to stay the course number few indeed. Whether our destination lies before us or behind us, the decision is ours to make. Here, as on the Express, every vote counts.
And I wonder if this Welt is Joaquin, or actually Mr. Yang, since the Welt name transfers kind of like a title.
Dan Heng?
Go on, shake her ninja hand.
Thank you.
I guess that's because she's an archer.
How am I still one of the nameless? I stand here at the mercy of others without true freedom to speak. But as a descendant of the Vidyadhara, I will fulfill my duty to the Luofu.
Great! Everyone's just as heroic as when they arrived. So, what's the master plan, General?
There is no master plan, only a bet. A bet on the Senior Vidyadhara's incomplete exuviation charm. And on Dong Hong's ability to access the memories of the High Elder.
High Elder?
When the Rainbow Arbiter severed the Ambrosial Arbor, remnants of the curse of the plague's author lingered. In order to make the stemming of those remnants a possibility, the Lawfu invoked the power of the Scions of Permanence. Under the direction of the High Elder, the Videodora guided the waters of the ancient sea to flood the Scale
Oh, I
Gorge
see.
waterscape dells
So
and
he
contain
went
the arbor.
and he betrayed the
To
hunt, and
commemorate
he
this
turned to
magnificent
abundance,
feat
and that was
sacrifice,
probably his
the Alliance erected
super
the Dragon
crime where
Vista
they
Rain Monument,
exiled him.
a
I was gonna say
Videodora
expelled like he's in
statue.
school. That's so funny.
Ah, it looks so much like Don Hung. I wonder if... the statue... is that... Don Hung's brother?
I see why you might think so. These events occurred a long time ago. Yet successive generations of High Elders have not differed greatly in their appearance. That is, until the current generation. The most recent successor did not inherit the same level of power, and their appearance is that of a child. Do you understand, Don Hong? Since Dong Feng perished, the Lawfu Videodora have no longer had an individual capable of performing such feats. But you, who once kept watch over the arbor, should be able to open a way through to that great tree. What happens next is in your hands.
Imbibitor Lunay's reincarnation. Dong Hong, correct? I've heard your name before. Your name was only erased from the public eye. But as the Master Diviner, I know, and should know, all the records of years gone by. Such archives are of great importance in times of need. I was not born in the heroic and extraordinary era of the High Cloud Quintet. To have seen those legends with my own eyes. Your appearance closely matches the depiction in the annals. Does Videodora reincarnation really entail a complete transformation? A new life?
I think we'll save for him. When I find out he's gonna come in a couple banners, we'll be making sure that we acquire him. Just because I need one of him anyway. I don't think I have any of those. Oh, oops. Guess I can't look. I don't want to talk to everybody. I want to... This ruins the mojo completely. Here, let's talk to Marge, if anybody. We'll go talk to my favorite character.
You scared the heck out of me! For a second I thought you'd annoyed the General. It seemed like you were his prisoner. There I was, thinking up a plan to kidnap you. And it turns out the two of you are old buddies. So, what made you suddenly decide to come down from the Express? Aw, how sweet. But Mr. Yang and I have been holding our own. We're pretty much Xianzhou heroes at this point. Anyway, it's great to have you with us, Don Hung.
Has coming here triggered your memory? Release your full potential. The power you carry is the key to opening a way through to the Ambrosial Arbor.
And welcome for the fallen demon prince. Hopefully the Dark Flame Master will guide you to higher skies or something.
I knew you'd come.
I don't know where I was coming from,
When
but
we
it's just
first
sounded
mentioned the
appropriate.
Xianzhou, there was a sad look
Thank
in
you,
your eyes.
and I hope you're enjoying this and you haven't
They
left
may
yet.
have banished you, but the Lawfu is still your home. You're a member of the express crew, Dan Heng. Let's settle this matter as soon as possible. Our journey doesn't end here.
Just realizing this because we've been doing a lot of pixel graphics, I should have put pixel art in my hashtags. Because look at those awesome pixels going on. Yeah, look at all those awesome pickles. Look at the pixel art though. Like, when you really get down to it, as long as you don't use the lines, I think it looks wonderful. It's a puzzle dungeon. It's a pungeon. A pungeon. A dungeon? A dungeon? Maybe a dungeon? Oh, it's fishy.
The annals mention that Scale Gorge waterscape was
Something
once
must
the
be
location
up.
of Dragon
It's
Palace.
fishy.
Small wonder. Look at all these submerged structures.
I was fortunate enough to be here during the Choo upheaval period. I witnessed this place in its prime. An age passed. The palace was left in ruins.
I saw shark
The
fins and
Vidyadhara
whales.
used their sacred
And I
homeland
think I
to
might have saw a
imprison the
shabunking or
arbor.
two.
The Luofu and the Xianzhou are greatly indebted
Oh, the
to them.
fun.
Lady Fu,
Here, General.
remain here. Lead the Cloud Knights in defense of this passage. We must prevent further incidents.
Jingyuan, General, are you planning to face Vantilia alone?
I wouldn't say so. I'll be counting on a few friends for support.
I want my party. He can stay in the
General,
back. He can bring
don't
refreshments
cast
and
us aside.
aspirin.
We're willing to go with you. Yes, General. We may not
But the
be the
refreshments
mightiest
might be
force, but it's our
alcoholic and he
duty
might
as
be
Cloud
hungover
Knights
the
to
next
protect
day.
the Xianzhou.
And we will totally need
How
those
can we let
aspirin.
Outworlders face the danger while we stay behind the lines?
That's a long
With your
time ago.
permission,
It would
sir,
just be
allow
aspirin.
me
Now it's
to
made
lead
from
the
willow
way.
bark. Or is
I
made from willow
understand
bark,
your
I think.
sentiments, soldiers. But the adversary ahead of us is not an abomination of abundance. They are a Lord Ravager of the Antimatter Legion. Crossing this line will bring you into the conflict between the Rainbow Arbiter and the Ruin Author. You have a more important duty. Cloud Knights, attention! After I enter the Ambrosial Arbor, and if the seawater returns to its original state, you must withdraw immediately and seal off the delve once more. The Master Diviner will lead you.
Yes, General.
Lady Fu, if I am unable to return, I entrust you with the important task of relaying the full account to the other Xianzhou ships.
I trust you will be here to reissue the order in person. But whatever the outcome, I will do as you command and honor the mission.
Spoken like a true general.
These steps are so far apart. I gotta find a way down.
So truly, this was the real purpose behind building Three Gorges Dam. Look, it's so you could find Atlantis. Or Atlantis, one of the two, I don't know.
Use scale-gorged waterscape to seal the arbor. Treason! Blasphemy! You've lost your senses. You think this will gain the trust of the Xianzhou natives. Those who are not of our kind can never be of our mind.
I understand your misgivings, but my decision is made. That is the course we must take.
Very well. In that case, I will report you to the preceptors and have you stripped of the name and power of the High Elder.
This must be the first High Elder that accepted the mission to quell the Ambrosial Arbor. According to tradition, from then on, successive High Elders were obliged to return to the Dragon Vista Rain Hall. They would guide the tides of the ancient city to guard and strengthen the Arbor's seal.
Look at those twisty horns. They curve all the right ways.
Yes. Reverence to the three talents, the path to the great roots. It's the way to the root depths.
Is that some kind of riddle? Reverence to the three talons. What the heck does that mean?
Don't worry about it. Just follow me.
Oh, what a huge palace. Completely abandoned. That must have been difficult for them. Imagine how upset you'd be if you had to abandon me.
For the Vidyadhara, it must have been a necessary sacrifice.
That's so funny. I can't believe she said that. That's hilarious. He's like, no, who would ever want to get rid of me? I'm like, yeah, you know, I don't know. I know a lot of people that don't like March. Not me. But seriously, I know a lot of people that don't like her. I don't know what that said. I saw Trailblaze something, but I know I'm capped until I do some stuff. But my characters have to get, like, they need gear. Watch, look, just look. Like, I'm talking about Serval, right? Look how bad her relics are. They don't even work. Like, see the defense, right? And effect resist? Yeah, no. She's got blues. Cause she got the blues, baby. And see, like that, no. You know, having extra crit rate doesn't mean jack if you can't crit. And there's a threshold to put on your crit. So if your crit rate's too low, you're just gonna suck. Like that. Like that. I'd stand corrected. I didn't think she had relics. But see, they're garbage. Like, that's not that helpful. She goes first, though, usually. So she does get to usually proc every other time she has an ultimate. And it does a lot more than some things do. And I guess her crit rate, it's not bad, it's like 10%. But, like, compared to even this, like, she's in her wrong stuff. But her stuff's actually good. That's why she's still wearing it. Because, like, it's actually good. It's came out with nice stats for physical. Even with the defense, it works when we switch it around. And look at how much crit rate she has. And then this one was after I made her fire, so I knew what I was going for. Or else March would have it. But most of my people just, I don't know why she has ice on her. That's backwards. But yeah, see, they're garbage. They need help. And she still does more damage than that one guy does. Hello. That was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It could be a crisis. You never know. Like, oof. Or a major crisis when they just cry about everything. Oh, there's a shark fin again. Oh man, I want a squirrel so bad and just run around and like kill everything that moves. Since this game is ridiculously fun and stuff and things.
This is one of the places mentioned in the riddle. One of the 3 talents. If we can break the seal here, we'll be a step closer to the roots of the arbor.
Those seals you mentioned, do you mean these weird-looking stone lanterns?
That's right. From what I recall, we have to touch these stone lanterns in a particular sequence to unlock the seals in this area.
In that case, then, I'll leave it to you.
I'll do my best.
Faye was created on March 9th, so I have an extra affinity for March. And we can all identify as Pisceans with the brain power that goes on when you're a fish. But this is pretty easy. You just have to look down.
It worked.
I really hope I don't have to fight a dragon.
General, did you hear about Miss Ting-Yun?
She
I
turned
received
traitor.
word from Lady Fu.
Spoiler
The
in
depth
case
of
anybody hasn't
Ventilia's
seen that.
infiltration, along with her meticulous planning, makes her extremely difficult to guard against. The Cloud Knights will carry out an investigation, but for now, our most pressing...
It's for him to shut up because he sucks.
This song's Just Keep Up with my tempo! What a headache. Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music conquers all!
I told ya I could fight.
Lance at the ready. Defend the weak. Who's next? Let me end your misery.
You couldn't have done it without me.
So, not to sound like a broken record too, but I saw on V-Roid Hub they sell March's outfit. And I don't know what Mahoyo would do if you used it for anything other than like, you know, VR chat or something. But I'm tempted to write them and find out, what's going on over there? I mean, it's gonna be bad for them, whatever's going on over here. But we're gonna find out. They're over level. Oh my.
Pretty good crowd today. Turn up the volume. I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. So you are afraid of me. Yeah. Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music conquers all!
Try that again! Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move!
Time to go on the offensive. Indestructible.
This song's just for you.
Keep up. It's my tempo! Don't mess with me. Who's next? You can't run!
Lance ablaze! Flaming lance! Forward!
I told ya I could fight. Stay right there while I give you a present. Try that again.
I'm on guard.
Well, now, I think that we're underpowered. But we'll do what we can do. We're about to see. I should be
Defend
okay
the
as
weak.
long as I can keep defending everybody. And I can heal before a boss fight. The boss is going to be stringent, and we'll see how that works. But, we can't do that even. Here, we're gonna go with you. But I swear up and down, she's stronger than Luke Bow or whatever his name was.
Let me end your misery.
And then it's him, so let's kill him like this. And Sela needs help still, she's working on it. I need to get her light cone so she can go up by a significant amount on her attack power. Because that's what she's missing right now. I'm gonna buff Serval.
With me out here, how can we lose? You can't run! Try that again! Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move!
Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music conquers all!
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. Who's next?
Time for the main event.
My turn. Stay right there while I give you a present.
Indestructible. That's it.
You can't run. Try that again.
Let's rock!
You have the worst luck running into me. With me out here, how can we lose?
Lance at the ready. Defend the weak. Lance ablaze. Flaming lance. Forward!
you are afraid of me.
Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock
That's
with
so
it.
funny, all the smack
My
talking out to
music.
me. And I was like, oh, we're so good, but no. No, here we go, getting pounded for no reason. I'm gonna enjoy it.
You can't run!
Okay, let's let March go twice.
Gotta try hard
Maybe
sometimes.
we can make enough points to actually do something defensive.
Check out this awesome move! Try that again! I told ya I could fight. Stay right there while I give you a present!
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Time to go on the offensive. Fracture!
Pretty good crowd today. Keep up with my tempo! Not a scratch.
You can't run!
What a headache.
I told ya I could fight. With me out here, how can we lose?
Let's rock! Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music conquers all!
Who's next?
Try that again!
Lance ablaze! Flaming lance! Forward!
Oh, shiny! Ooh, sparkly!
This seal was already on the verge of breaking before the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection.
There are abominations up ahead. Careful, everyone.
Here to crash the party? Turn up the volume!
You have the worst luck running into me. Stay right there while I give you a present. try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move!
I'm on guard. To the finish.
You can't run! Don't mess with me! Yeah! I'll free you from your chains! Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past! Let me end your misery. Who's next?
Let's rock!
Try that again!
Ha! What a headache.
This song's just for you.
You can't run!
Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it.
I think I get it.
My
We'll
music.
see how this goes.
Conquer us all!
With me out here, how can we lose?
Don't mess with me.
Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move!
Who's next?
Defend the weak.
Let's rock!
Yeah!
Watch this!
Pretty good crowd today.
So you are afraid of me.
Try that again!
Let's rock!
What a headache. Yeah!
You can't run!
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Stay right there while I give you a present!
again!
Did you notice the flagstone the creature was stepping on? I wonder if it has any connection to the seal.
Okay, let's head to the third seal.
This song's just for you.
Turn up the volume. So you are afraid of me. Who's next? Let me end your misery.
Lance at the ready. Defend the weak.
Don't mess with me. Yuck!
I told ya I could watch this!
Pretty good crowd. Let's rock!
The last of the three talons is here. Our reincarnation's greatest cost, the wisdom of a past life lost, yet through the teachings of our kind, unto the young again consigned. The mural depicts the Vidyadhara being guided by their elder, wiser kin after their rebirth.
This mural is pretty interesting. A looks like time hasn't had any effect on it.
This mural must be related to the others here. It tells the story of the Vidyadhara self-reincarnation.
Oh wow, we haven't gotten
hatching
anywhere in
rebirth
an
the
hour and a
ancient
half.
sea,
This is gonna
to the
be
return
very
to
long.
that same sea as the cycle begins again.
Hey, do you think this could be related to the seals?
It totally is, Merch. Good job.
Perhaps.
Grand Sleuth Private Eye at, like,
Fair enough.
your service.
It's tough racking your brains all the time. I'm struggling to keep track.
And as the day is almost gone, return alone to water's song. Beneath the waves in silver shell, await new life that time will tell. The worldly limit of the Vidyadhara is reached after 7 centuries.
So I have an idea.
They
We're
return
gonna
to
try
the
it.
ancient sea and form a shell,
And then we'll read the
awaiting
rest
the
of
next
them.
hatching rebirth.
So, what I'm thinking, because see, this is 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 3, and this is going to be 4, I think. Because this is probably what gets you killed. 1.
What seems to be the problem, friend? It would appear the seals have you at a loss.
Do I have to actually
Could
read
the
the murals?
murals in our vicinity be related to the seals?
Oh, Yingwan, just shh. Nobody asked you anyway.
Our people sing the hymn of clouds, and dance to water's cherished sounds. And high above the dragon flies, to each is destined different skies. This mural portrays the Vidyadhara young. They acquire knowledge and depart for different places on the Xianzhou, thereby dedicating themselves to serving the Alliance. Our people sing the hymn of clouds, and dance to water's cherished sounds. And high above the dragon flies, to each is destined different skies. This mural portrays the Vidyadhara young. They acquire knowledge and depart for different places on the Xianzhou, thereby dedicating themselves to serving the Alliance. Beneath the lunar glow adorn, Vidyadhara eggs begin to form, and from the ancient sea rebirth, to walk again on solid earth. This mural describes the Vidyadhara hatching rebirth in the lunarescent depths, the beginning of self-reincarnation.
What seems to be the problem, friend? It would appear this... What seems to be the problem, friend? It would appear the seals have you at a loss. Could the murals in our vicinity be related to the seals? What seems to be the problem, friend? It would appear the seals have you at a loss. Could the murals in our vicinity be related to
It
the
would
seals?
appear that your murals don't make sense, bro. So now we go from here to here, because this totally made sense, right? These ones don't even talk about rebirth. Then over to here in the golden age of dead people, where the sun still sets. We're out to fight a dragon. This sea verily shall lose a lung this day, as we tell whatever the dragon was from Genshin Impact, it's time to go fight him in a different
The reverence to
realm.
the 3 talons is complete. Now, we must head for the roots of the arbor. The roots of the arbor are still growing.
Well, tickle his feet. That's the best way to kill a dragon.
We must hurry.
It's Fertilia. What? Wait, what? Yeah? What do they call them? Oh, let's not fall off. Oh, we got stuck. All the coral. That one lady, Coco Head would be so mad. We're just like tramping around here, killing her dollfish. Like, see, that's like a dolphin shark, and there went the Shabunkin. That is totally a goldfish. Not even like a shark. Or any aquatic invertebrate that I know of. It's a whale fin, maybe? Not like a fin from a whale, but a dolphin mixed with a whale. Okay, here goes nothing. Wish me luck. If the long fight, this will be the end of the stream too, because it's already half an hour to go.
We've reached the end.
It is. It's a lung.
These are the roots of the ambrosial arbor, where the vestiges of abundance lie.
It's a furry dragon, like on one of those like Mononoke
the
cartoons.
Path to the great roots. This is it. Under the power of the High Elder, the arbor's roots have formed into the image of a dragon. Now, I will break the final seal.
With his fists.
I hope everyone is prepared.
I brought band-aids and cocoa. We're good. Actually, let's use a buff for once. Ever in the whole game. Even in Genshin, except for when I was working on my water team. Because I use Barbie and we have to arrange water. Except for Mona. And Mona, unless she's built, Mona's just Mona. Might as well be using Barbie. And so when I'd go to fight the water hydrant or Archon thing, it would just beat me to death. It would be like a 40-minute fight. And I'd have to use buffs. This is a good one. Let's use you. Oh my god, that crit rate is almost as much as a light cone. Or not a light cone, as a C1 Sealy. Because 15% is just garbage if you can't crit. I mean, seriously, a 15% crit rate, if you have no crit rate to begin with, is still only 15%, and if she's only going once every fight or twice every fight, what is that, like a 0.2% chance at best? You know, like maybe 20, maybe. Okay, so here we go. We're about to get beat on. Oh. And we have to fight with Doofus. Great. Okay, gross. So he has to go. Thunder, wind, and light. And we don't have any light. Right, I have her. So if we die, we'll have to start over. And I'll have to come back with her, like, geared up too. Because we're not going to be able to do it without it. But I have a feeling we should be fine with my usual. And much to my chagrin, we're not going to bring March, we're going to bring Serval instead. I wish I had him. I'd bring him Bibbit or even Luhan or whatever, Otto. I'd bring Otto, because Otto was pretty good. He has a heal. And he's a tank. I'm honestly surprised that they gave him a better name than Otto von Bismarck or something, but I was expecting him to be something like that.
With his presence.
That witch! She was here waiting for us the whole time! Show yourself, Fantilia!
And the benefactors, too. Oh, patience, patience. Let me make myself presentable. Now I see why the disciples of Sanctus Medicus hold themselves in such high regard. The Arbor's traces really do possess the power of metamorphosis and resurrection.
She's slurring like a snake or
All
a
of you,
drunk.
ready yourselves.
We are ready.
Fantilia! What is she doing?
We're about to find out.
Benefactors, behold this beautiful body. The miracles of abundance live up to the name. Let's see if I can put it to good use. The very power that brought the Cienjo long life, I will use to bring it destruction.
Fantilia has usurped the power of the Arbor. All of you, focus on destroying the Phantom Flowers. I'll go for the body.
Lance ablaze! Flaming lance! Forward!
Let's rock! I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past!
Defend the weak.
So much bark with so little bite. Your attacks are futile. This body was born of the Arbor. You are but ants.
That's some strong wind!
March, careful!
Pretty good crowd today.
Try untangling yourselves from this.
The weeds in my garden give me more grief.
Your arrogance betrays you.
This song's just for you.
Let's rock!
Fantilia, your scheme ends here.
Don't mess with me! Who's next?
Lance at the ready. Defend the weak. Lance ablaze! Flaming lance! Forward! Pretty good crowd today. Keep up! Get my temp up! Oh. Fight it or rock with it. My music conquers all!
What a headache. I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Is that it?
crushing an ant with the weight of a star. How indulgent. The universe will end in destruction. And
We're
with it,
gonna
the
so
abundance
die.
and the
Oh
hunt
no.
will disappear.
He's about to die right now. So this is what Kaka
Time
was
for the
talking
master
about then.
stroke.
Where Kaka was like, they're here to kill the Eidolons.
Radiant spirit.
Ions,
Heed
my
my
bad.
word.
I thought it was Final Fantasy for a minute.
Show no
I
mercy.
guess. Oh, that's better, but he still kind of sucks. Oh no, what are we gonna do? If they hit him one more time, he's dead.
Turn up the volume.
And the way that this fight looks, they're eating the healer. Prana siphoned. Oh, gross. I see,
I'm on guard.
Yeah,
Indestructible.
I didn't even do anything.
General of the Cienjo, can your feeble strength survive this calamity?
Donhong, you take it from here.
Did you think it was over, Fantilia?
Oh, a scion of permanence. Have you finally remembered your duty of watching over the arbor?
On my command. Vanquish the abomination!
Keep up. It's my tempo.
Don't mess with
Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music conquers all.
I am the vanguard of the hunt.
Turn up the volume.
Time to go on the offensive. Defend the weak.
Are we still ants to you, Fantilia? So much effort to crush us, and met with so little success. I wonder what the other Ravagers would think.
It's almost as if you can't wait to be acquainted with them. I'm afraid you won't have the chance. Blossom. It is time to put an end to this.
Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music conquers all.
Lance ablaze. Flaming lance. Forward!
Out of ideas, Fantilia!
indestructible.
You're wasting my time. It is time to put an end to this. Our roots run deep.
Pretty good crowd today. Turn up the volume.
Fantilia, your
Ready to
scheme
lose
ends
yourself?
here.
Fight it or rock with it. My music conquers all.
To victory!
Time for the main event. Keep up with my tempo.
Lance ablaze! Flaming lance! Forward!
Forgive my indulgence. Your struggle in the face of certain death is touching.
Oh, that was so close. We should try it again.
I commend.
Benefactors, behold this beautiful body. The miracles of abundance live up to the name. Let's see if I can put it to good use. The very power that brought the Cienjo long life, I will use to bring it destruction.
Fantilia has usurped the power of the Arbor. All of you, focus on destroying the Phantom Flowers. I'll go for the body. For the Cienjo!
Defend the weak.
So much bark with so little bite. Your attacks are futile.
I can't believe we barely lost.
This body was
Like,
born
I could
of
have
the
sworn I
Arbor.
had one more attack after me.
You are but
But then she just up and killed me anyway. So we're gonna see if we can do it this time. And we're gonna cheap attack as much as we can.
March, careful!
So it can be like this.
Fight it
As
or
often
rock
as I
with
can.
it. My music.
If this one doesn't work, I'm gonna see
conquers
if
all.
that clap is individual or we're gonna change claps.
Fly them insects.
Let's rock.
What a headache.
I am the vanguard of the hunt.
Try untangling yourselves from this.
The weeds in my garden give me more grief.
Your arrogance betrays you.
Don't mess with me.
Flying insects.
Defend the weak. Lance ablaze. Flaming lance. Forward!
This song's just for you. Turn up the volume.
Hello and welcome to the stream.
Fight it or rock with it.
You probably can't hear me unless I talk really loud, but my voice, my throat doesn't really do that very well. But welcome. You're at the very end. Hopefully this boss fight is awesome. I lost by 1% on the last fight, so now we're here for vengeance. How are you?
What a headache.
Crushing an ant with the weight of a star. How indulgent. The universe will end in destruction, and with it, the abundance and the hunt will disappear.
Pretty good crowd today.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Keep up with my tempo. That's it.
Time for the Master Radiant Spirit. Heed my word.
Show no mercy!
Indestructible.
Don't mess with me. Who's next?
On my command. Vanquish the abomination!
General of the Cienjo, can your feeble strength survive this calamity?
Don Hung, you take it from here.
Did you think it was over, Fentilia?
He is so cool. Like, if I would have known how cool Don Hung turned out to be with Inhibitor or Inhibitor, Bibbler, or whatever his name is, I totally would have rolled on him.
Scion of permanence. Have you finally remembered your duty of watching over the Arbor?
This song's just for you. Turn up the volume.
What a headache.
Defend the weak.
I am the vanguard of the hunt.
Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music conquers all.
So you are afraid of me.
Shine, celestial spheres.
it?
Destruction.
Indestructible. Lance ablaze. Flaming lance. Forward!
Let's rock!
Are we still ants to you, Fantilia? So much effort to crush us, and met with so little success. I wonder what the other Ravagers would think.
It's almost as if you can't wait to be acquainted with them. I'm afraid you won't have the chance.
I can still fight.
Blossom. It is time to put an end to this.
The show must go on.
Out of ideas, Fantilia! For the Sinjo!
It is time to put an end to this.
Yeah, I think this is game over. I don't think we're ready for this. And we're also out of time in 5 minutes. We don't have enough time for a second fight. Oh shit. Go to the backpack. We'll try a different buff. Maybe some defense. We'll just hide in the trash can. I mean, last time it went pretty bad too, but we're probably not gonna make this. If we don't make it on this round, we're gonna have to call the stream anyway. So with any luck, it'll be better than it was, but I don't know. It's feeling pretty funky.
Benefactors, behold this beautiful body. The miracles of abundance live up to the name. Let's see if I can put it to good use. The very power that brought the Cienjo long life, I will use to bring it destruction.
Fantilia has usurped the power of the Arbor. All of you, focus on destroying the Phantom Flowers. I'll go for the body. Is that it? On my command.
I'm on guard. Indestructible.
So much bark with so little bite. Your attacks are futile. This body was born of the Arbor. You are but ants.
That's some strong wind!
Lance ablaze.
March, careful!
Flaming lance. Forward!
Pretty good crowd today.
with me.
Fantilia, your scheme ends here. To victory!
Try untangling yourselves from this.
The weeds in my garden give me more grief.
Your arrogance betrays you.
Let's see, that's why I say that Circle is better. Did you see that? She did 3,200 points of damage. He doesn't do that when he double crits. And I don't know what the odds are on a triple crit would be.
Defend the weak. This song's just for you.
She's just special.
Let's
I'll
rock.
grow that with Booba. But unlike insane backbreaking Booba.
Life finds a way.
Indestructible.
Pretty good crowd today. Turn up the volume.
Is that it? For the Shinjo!
This song's just for you. Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music conquers all.
Time to go on the offensive. Defend the weak.
On my command.
What a headache.
Let's rock.
Crushing an ant with the weight of a star. How indulgent. The universe will end in destruction, and with it, the abundance and the hunt will disappear.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Lance ablaze. Flaming lance. Forward!
Time for the master stroke. Radiant spirit.
Heed my word. Show no mercy!
Don't mess with me.
Fantilia, your scheme ends here. To victory!
Keep up with my tempo.
Indestructible.
General of the Cienjo, Can your feeble strength survive this calamity?
Dan Heng, you take it from here.
Did you think it was over, Fantilia?
Oh, a scion of permanence. Have you finally remembered your duty of watching over the Arbor?
Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music conquers all!
Defend the weak.
Shine, celestial spheres.
Let's rock!
I am the vanguard of the hunt.
So you are afraid of me. I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Lance at the ready. Indestructible.
Shine, celestial spheres.
Is that it?
Lance ablaze. Flaming lance. Forward!
Pretty good crowd today.
What a headache. Who's next?
Are we still ants to you, Fantilia? So much effort to crush us, and met with so little success. I wonder what the other Ravagers would think.
It's almost as if you can't wait to be acquainted with them. I'm afraid you won't have the chance.
Time for the master stroke. Radiant Spirit.
Heed my word. Show no mercy!
It is time to put an end to this.
Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music conquers all!
Out of ideas, Fantilia!
Defend the weak.
Vanquish the abomination!
Time for the main event. Keep up with my tempo! Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music conquers all! Must go on.
Okay, so I see that we're out of time and we're going to have to switch around some people. Probably drop Sealy around March, I will assume. So somebody can keep Jingdon healed and defended the whole time. Because he is obviously the only person that's going to matter in this whole fight. Because he has these abilities that seem to change through the phases of the stages. And he'll be the only one that's going to carry us through this.
Life is as ephemeral as dew on a leaf.
Thank you all for wasting time with Faye, and I hope you had a wonderful time. I will see you again next week, or later, for another Honkai Star Rail episode. Good night, everybody.
Hmm.